morning, students. Our today's topic is about basic angles and basic angle, and this is very important topic, and it is very much important for ad maths and also for the students who are doing A level. So this will be like the concept. If you will have that the concept of how do we use it, the of well basic angle, then it will be very much helpful. So I will try my best to explain you in detail and in easy words so that you can easily understand the concept of using basic angle. Basic angle is mostly denoted by Greek letter, that is alpha, and is always given on x-axis. You know, in on we have two axes, x-axis, y-axis on this frame of reference. So it is always given on x-axis. So this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, and how it is given in first, second, third, or fourth. I have made the figure on the board, so you can easily get that how it will be given. Now, students, basic angle is always given on x-axis and its value is always positive. Its value is always positive, and it helps us to find out any angle theta which is given in any range. Like for example, if it is the range of theta, that is 360 degrees and greater than 0 degree, then in this range, what are the values or value of theta, we can easily find out by the help of basic angle. Now how we will find out? There are two cases basically. So those two cases, let's first discuss case number one. Case number one is when theta is measured anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise direction, like in this direction. So the value of theta, then the value of theta you all know is positive. The value of theta is positive. So when we measure this angle theta and it is in anti-clockwise direction, then the values of theta are always positive. Like for example, if you see on board that for example, if the basic angle is given in the first quadrant, if it is given in the first quadrant, you know, it is starting from 0, then 90, then 180, then 270, and when we complete one turn, then it is 360. So 0 and 360 come at the same place. So we are actually measuring theta anti-clockwise direction, So it is basically the basic angle, this one, and this one is theta, and you can see that these both have the same value. So in first quadrant, theta is basically equal to basic angle. Value of basic angle and theta are equal in first quadrant when we are measuring theta and in anti-clockwise direction. When this basic angle is in second quadrant, then the value of theta, you know, it is starting from 0 and moving till this line. It is anti-clockwise, its value will be positive, but now you can see that if we find out the value of theta, that will be 180 minus this angle, minus this basic angle. Okay, then we will get this value. So If it is given in this second quadrant, then the value of theta is 180 degrees minus alpha. Now suppose if it is given in third quadrant, if alpha is given here, basic angle is here. Now you have to measure the angle theta from here till here, and you can see that now you need to add this value. You will add this value in 180. So basically here the value of theta will be 180 plus alpha. If it is given here in fourth quadrant, alpha is given here, then obviously you can see we will start from 0, we'll come to this line in anti-clockwise direction, and when you will reach here, the value of theta will be 360 degrees minus this basic angle, minus alpha. This will by these formula, or by these in these ways you will be getting the value of theta. If any unknown angle theta is being asked in the question, that find the values of theta, if the basic angle is given, then you can easily find out. And you have to be in the range, you have to find out the values of theta in the given range. So this is the way, this is the method to find out the values of theta if this question is asked. Now the case number 2 is, case number 2 is when we are measuring theta in clockwise direction, clockwise direction, and remember the value of theta will always be negative. The value of theta will always be negative. Now I will make it clear to you through this frame of reference. You know, this is x-axis, basic angle will always be given on x-axis, starting from 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, and the value of theta will always be negative. Now for example, if the basic angle is given here, we will take start from the fourth quadrant this time, because we have to move in clockwise direction. We have to take start from 0, so that's why we will take start from the fourth quadrant. If the basic angle is given here in fourth quadrant, then the value of theta, because we have to measure it in clockwise direction, this arrow sign is indicating that theta we are measuring it in clockwise direction, so theta will be equal to minus alpha, as I have written above, that theta will always be negative, so it will be equal to theta will be equal to minus alpha, so will be equal to the negative of the value of basic angle. So if it is in, for example here, if basic angle is here, then you are supposed to find out the value of this angle. Okay, so now what will you do? Because if we have taken start in clockwise direction, this is 0 and this is 180 degree, obviously we will subtract this angle, we will subtract this alpha angle, we will subtract, and we will get the value of this angle theta. So it will be equal to, if it is given here, it will be equal to, theta is equal to 180 degrees minus alpha. 180 degree minus alpha will give you the value from here till here, and this is basically the basic angle. So with negative sign, because I have told you that if we are moving in clockwise direction, theta is always negative. So if it is here, if it is in second quadrant, basic angle is in second quadrant, then the value of theta, like we will start from here, we will move till here, okay, and the value of theta will be here. Theta is equal to 180 plus alpha this time, and with negative sign. With negative sign. I hope that every one of you is getting it. And if it is given here, if it is given here, the basic angle is given here, and we have to move in clockwise direction, like we will move from here, will go till here, and this value we are supposed to find out. Obviously we will minus this angle from 360 degrees minus alpha. This will give you the value of theta, but with negative sign, with negative sign. So I hope so that how do we find out the values of given angle by the help of this basic angle is clear now. Just you have to consider the direction of the angle, that in which direction we have to move. Like if we are moving in anti-clockwise direction, all the values of angle theta will be positive. If we are moving in clockwise direction, all the values of angle theta will be negative. So I hope so that it is clear. Okay.